Hey everybody, welcome to Real Talk, brought to you by Sun Basin Theaters. We're here at Deer Park Cinema. My name is Cassidy Tamburo, and I'm joined here with Camrin Meyer.
Hi, I'm Camrin Meyer, theater usher extraordinaire, here to tell you to follow the red line and enjoy.
And Sean Bennett.
Hi, I'm Sean Bennett. I'm a YouTuber and filmmaker.
So the first movie we're talking about today is The Secret Life of Pets, and it's rated PG, and it starts July 8th. And it's starring Louis C.K. as Max, Eric Stonestreet as Duke, and Kevin Hart as Snowball.
Taking place in a Manhattan apartment building, Max's life as a favorite pet is turned upside down when his owner brings home a sloppy mongrel named Duke. They have to put their quarrels behind them when they find out that an adorable white bunny named Snowball is building an army of lost pets determined to take revenge. Let's take a look at that trailer.
Oh, hey there, cute little bunny.
Hi, how are you?
Enchanté!
The Secret Life of Pets is an emotional journey you'll never forget.
Love you, Maxie.
Sid Fido.
So, unlike a lot of other movies this year, Secret Life of Pets seems to be a completely unique plot that isn't relying on outside source material. How do you expect it to do in the box office because of that?
I don't know. I feel like this year in particular, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, everything's either a sequel or it used to be a book. So I don't know. I feel like the originality of the story might bring in at least a few more people than normal.
I think it's going to do pretty well. It's like an original story. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a lot of animal movies, like animated animal movies coming out this year. And this one is like not a sequel or not based off anything. So I'm super excited for it. I think it'll make probably around in between 25 and 45 million opening weekend.
Dude, if you get that like exactly right, I'm gonna have to come to you with like lottery tickets.
Okay, I'm down with that.
So, a lot of people have drawn similarities between The Secret Life of Pets and certain recent Disney animated films. Most notably, people have cited that the trailer frames The Secret Life of Pets in a light similar to 2015's Inside Out. What are your thoughts?
Well, my first thought is that Sean here is clearly a psychic then, because he seems to have predicted the next question. I don't know, like Sean here said, there are a lot of movies coming out recently that are about animals, like Zootopia, definitely, and now Secret Life of Pets. Both of them, it's like, oh, animals in a city behaving like people in ways you might not predict.
I heard a review about this movie today actually, and I heard it like shared similarities with the movie Toy Story, which is very interesting because it's like these pets have their life going on like the toys did, and then they have their secret life going on like when no one's looking, and then the character is introduced like Buzz.
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
It disrupts everything.
You're right.
And then they get sent out to the city. They're like lost and trying to get back.
And it's just the two of them, and everyone else is trying to find them. Yeah. Oh my goodness! It's Toy Story.
I heard
it's Toy
like
Story
the
with
truck
animals.
race scene, like a race to the truck or whatever, just like the original Toy Story, which is very interesting. So I heard it shares similarities with that, but I heard it's all right. But I'm still excited for it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have any pets, and what do you think that their secret lives are like?
Okay. I got 2 cats, a rabbit, and a dog. I feel like the dog is probably like Max in the trailer, just, oh, how I miss them. Doesn't do anything. I don't know, one of our cats, he's orange, his name is Felix, and I kind of envision that he just thinks he's a toxic bug, you know, he's like, oh, I'm bright orange, I just walk wherever, I'm the biggest thing around. What about you, Sean? Do you have any pets?
Yeah.
Do you have any comical quips for them?
I have a dog. Her name is Nutmeg. She lives in my room. She's basically I think she sleeps all day pretty much, or probably eats something she's not supposed to. She's a Chihuahua mix, so I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think she just sleeps. Every time I come home and come in the room, she's always waiting for me.
So do you think maybe like the the increased size of like her cranium there as a Chihuahua mix maybe has given her some sort of psychic power that maybe has rubbed off on you, or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think she's seen any movies.
All right.
Okay, so the next movie is Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, and it's rated R, and it starts July 8th, and it's starring Adam Devine as Mike Stengel, Zac Efron as Dave Stengel, Anna Kendrick as Alice, and Aubrey Plaza as Tatiana.
Hard partying brothers Mike and Dave place an online ad to find the perfect dates for their sister's Hawaiian wedding. Hoping for a wild getaway, the boys instead find themselves outsmarted and outpartied by the uncontrollable duo. Why don't we take a look at that trailer?
I'm here with Mike and Dave Stengel. They are looking for dates for their sister's wedding in Hawaii.
Let's make these guys take us to Hawaii.
We're looking for nice girls.
We're gonna look respectable as.
Zac Efron has been given a role as the party animal a lot lately, notably in the Neighbors film and the later half of Dirty Grandpa. Do you think it's time for the former Disney Channel star to start seeking a more refined film career?
I don't know, I mean, I feel like getting typecast is, oh, look at you, dude, you're attractive, you're like late, I don't know, how old is he? Like in his 20s somewhere, yeah?
25, 26, somewhere around.
Somewhere around there. I'm going to keep that as like an accurate statistics coming from Sean.
25, 26.
Yeah.
Just as a license.
25.6. But I don't know, I mean, I just imagine being an actor, it probably gets really frustrating just playing somewhat of the same role over and over and over again. I mean, I'm no actor, but like it seems just that way to my innocent little baby Camrin eyes.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for Zac Efron to break out because like he has been typecast in this kind of role lately as like the party guy, and so I'm kind of hoping that he breaks out and does something a little bit more serious. I think he has the chops to do it. He's not trying so far because he's recently going to come out, or soon we should start seeing trailers for a movie, Baywatch. He's going to be in the remake movie to that one.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That one's going to be rated R, starring The Rock. And I heard they're bringing back some of the old cast to the TV show, and so it's definitely going to be another party movie. And so he's not trying anything new coming up.
Yeah, yet. I don't know, I mean, I didn't think I ever saw his face serious until like, I think Neighbors 2, and it's like, oh look, there's a human being past all that alcohol. I don't know, I think he's got potential.
So, between the Pitch Perfect films and 2014's Into the Woods, Anna Kendrick has established herself as quite the singer. Do you expect any jokes about her voice to come up in Mike and Dave, or do you wish she'd just make the movie a musical?
I don't know, I mean, I feel like there might be a joke where it's like, I don't know, like singing karaoke or something.
Yeah, sing your way out of this one.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I wish there'd be like an epic fourth wall nod, like, yeah. Oh, we're quite the pickle. Yeah, sing your way out of this one. That would be pretty sweet. I don't know. I think that having this movie start out and then just like halfway through she just steals it and turns it into a musical, that would be pretty hilarious if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, they are at a wedding, so there might be like maybe a singing portion if you think about it. Like,
oh my gosh, you're right.
Maybe, like, I think she's been typecast as that kind of thing recently.
As the singer, yeah.
Because they're making a third Pitch Perfect movie since the second one did amazing at the box office. It opened with like 40 million opening weekend, and so they're definitely going to make a third one. I think it's been announced, but I can't really remember the date. It's interesting, like, she's had a very interesting career she's had a lot of variety, so I'm certain we'll see a lot of her in the future.
I concur, Doctor.
So, Aubrey Plaza is pretty well known for her role in Parks and Recreation. The show credited with giving Chris Pratt his film career. Do you think we might have another Parks and Rec superstar rising?
I don't know, I think maybe. I certainly think that would be awesome. Like, imagine this, like, the generation following ours, like, you know, one day our kids will be like, oh, Chris Pratt is such a cool actor. I love it when he became James Bond or something, you know, and then they'll be like, oh, little Joey, did you know that he used to be on the same show as Aubrey Plaza? What? it definitely feels like the kind of thing that could happen. I feel like history is going to repeat itself. Stuff like that's going to happen.
Yeah, well, if Parks and Rec is anything like The Office, I think we should see some rising stars out of that show, because The Office was very successful, and Parks and Rec is kind of like very similar if you've seen both shows, and so I think we'll definitely see some more stars coming out of that series.
I would definitely agree.
So the next movie is Jason Bourne, and it's rated PG-13, and it starts July 29th, and it's starring Matt Damon as Jason Bourne, Julie Stiles as Nikki, and Tommy Lee Jones as Robert Dewey.
And Robert Lee Jones as Tawny Dewey. I butchered it even worse than I meant to. After 9 years, Jason Bourne, an amnesiac former CIA operative, is back in the 5th installment of the Bourne series. Jason dodges a ruthless CIA official and his agents from a new assassination program while searching for the origins of his life as a trained killer. Let's take a look at that trailer!
He's seen things. He knows things. What if he's not coming for us? What if it's something else?
Just say whatever you want.
Just keep killing, just keep killing, just keep killing.
So, the Bourne movies starting in 2002 have been attributed as responsible for the increasingly common theme in having an amnesiac protagonist. Amnesiac protagonist in action movies. Do you think amnesiac heroes are interesting or overdone?
Oh no, I think it definitely adds like a lot of allure and mystery to the character, or at least it does in the case of Jason Bourne. Although that trope is like increasingly popular, it's getting to the point where it's almost, just sort of boring, and it's like, oh look, it's another one of these. But I think in the case of Jason, it's still very much a crucial and interesting part of his character.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you watch all the trailers like back to back, like they're kind of the same, kind of similar. The government's trying to find Jason Bourne all the time, and he's like, I forget, I remember, I forget, I remember. Like, it's always the movie him trying to figure out his past, and he can't seem to figure it out. Hopefully in this one he finally remembers everything. But it looks really good by the trailer. I'm really excited for this movie, and I can't wait to watch it. I'm definitely going to watch this one in theaters. This one looks amazing.
I mean, just that trailer, that punch in the trailer, it was like, dun dun dun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you got me sold.
Yeah, we first saw the first teaser trailer was shown at the Super Bowl, and that was one of the, like,
I
notable
remember.
best moments.
Ah. Sigh of joy?
Although relatively little plot is given away by the trailer, it's heavily implied that Jason Bourne character arc will finally reach its end in this late July film. Do you want Jason to finally have his piece, or do you think the world would be better off with more Bourne movies?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like being a character that's already been the star in like 4 consecutive films, because like Jason Bourne number 4 is like a spin-off. I think that audiences deserve getting to finally know what happens to Jason Bourne. Will he live happily ever after? I hope so. I don't know. I mean, kind of feeling like never mind. They're not gonna kill him off.
Yeah, this series has kind of established itself, like the Mission Impossible series. It's kind of like the American version of James Bond, and so hopefully they'll kind of keep it going. I know Matt Damon said he was like not going to come back to the series unless I think Paul Greengrass, the writer, came back, and so that's why he stopped in the first place, because in the one with what's his name, Hawkeye.
Oh.
Spin-off. The 4th one.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't come back. They tried to recast the role and tried to redo it, and it just didn't work out. And so they weren't going to do one unless Matt Damon came back, and he said he wasn't going to do one. And so they finally got all the pieces together to get everything together. So hopefully this is going to turn out to be a really great movie. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I can't wait for it either.
2012's The Bourne Legacy, an anthology film set during the events of the Third Bourne film follows the story of Aaron Cross, played by Jeremy Renner, another ex-CIA agent. Do you want Aaron Cross to make a cameo appearance in Jason Bourne after the success of the Avengers franchise? Do you think more movies will have character crossovers within their own established universes?
Well, I mean, it's funny that it's Avengers being that he's also in Avengers, but I don't know, I think the idea of sort of building up like an in-movie universe, right, with like a bunch of different characters and then sort of throwing them together, seeing how they interact. I think that's a really solid, awesome movie formula there. I mean, at least it works for the Avengers, and I love those movies. But yeah, no, I think it'd actually be really awesome to like see him show up in Jason Bourne, even if just for a little while.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to have him like reference just to see where that character went, but that movie did not very good at the box office and like got poor reviews, so I don't think we'll see anything. I think they're gonna stay away from that.
Oh.
It would be very interesting to see like a James Bond crossover. Like that would be very interesting. I wouldn't mind that.
Okay, can you imagine like Jason, now we have to go to London, and then like the helicopter shooting scene from Skyfall is or not Skyfall, Spectre is happening in the background.
That would be interesting if like he was in the background the whole time.
Yeah,
Now we're speculating.
we gotta
movie.
we gotta get this like patented now, like the cameo crossover.
Heard it here first.
Yeah, heard it here first, folks. James Bond, Jason Bourne, maybe the same man, both JB. Oh my gosh, they're both JB. Illuminati confirmed.
So our last movie for today is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows in retrospective, and it was rated PG, and it started on June 3rd. And it was starring Pete Klozek as Leonardo, Alan Richson as Raphael, and Jeremy Howard as Donatello, Noel Fisher as Michelangelo, and Brad Garrett as Crane.
That's a lot of turtles. As Shredder joins forces with mad scientist Baxter Stockman and henchmen Bebop and Rocksteady to take over the world, the Turtles must confront an even greater nemesis, the notorious Krang. Let's take a look at that trailer!
Dude, bringing back the Mohawk. Good for you.
Oh, y'all got jokes, huh?
Cameron, you've gone on record saying that you didn't have high hopes for the second installment in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. Do you think that was justified in retrospective?
I don't know, I mean, like, reviews have been better than I thought. A lot of viewers actually coming out of it here at Deer Park Cinemas have been like, oh, this movie was fantastic. And I'm like, what? Look me in the eyes. You're not lying, are you? I don't know, I mean, I guess the movie's not for me as an individual, but, I mean, if you like Turtles, go for it. There were definitely a lot of points in the movie when I walked in and rolled my eyes, but hey, reptiles.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to catch this one on Netflix. That's pretty much what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna see it. I didn't see this one. I liked the first one. It was all right, but I heard like the second one shares so many similarities. Like it just plays out like the same. And I haven't really been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, but I did like the movie, the first one. So not really expecting much from the second one. You can kind of see it from the PG rating. I kind of heard it was like really childish, and so kind of wish they would have gone with a PG-13, because like they're turtles with the turtles, but they're turtles with weapons. They have swords and such.
Yeah.
You want them to use them, like.
Yeah, I've like never understood that, the idea of giving a character like some sort of cutting or slicing weapon and then just like, oh, I'll hit you with the blunt side of it.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, they might as well just all have, I don't know, like plumbing pipes to smack people with.
Yeah, you kind of see them like attacking like with kicks and punches more than you see them using their actual weapons.
I actually use my katana to balance.
So I'm kind of wishing they would have made it PG-13. Hopefully they do it with if they do it next installment.
If they do it next, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it was like I said, a lot more successful than I thought it was going to be. I feel like it might eventually turn into sort of a bigger series like the Transformers movies did.
A lot of comparisons have been made between the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies and the Transformers franchise of films. Do you think those same similarities have made their way into the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles installment?
I think definitely yes. There's okay, like in particular with the last Transformers movie, there was this material introduced called Transformium. Bum, 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 bum. But anyways, like for instance Megatron Reborn, I don't remember what his name was, I don't care to remember what his name was, but he could like break apart into a bunch of pieces then reassemble somewhere else, right? Spoiler alert, that's like the last quarter of this movie, TMNT 2. And it's like, oh, what do you know? They must have had the same graphics guys or something. I don't know. Yeah, lots of explosions, lots of big machines. It definitely felt a lot like a Transformers movie.
Yeah, you kind of see like how people kind of, it's edited the same way as a Transformers movie. You can't tell like, because the first TMNT, I believe, was directed by Michael Bay, and the Transformers movies are directed by Michael Bay. And he has like this kind of art style that he sets all his movies to, or more higher budget movies to. Like you'll see like watching the Transformers movie and like their lips are really red, the contrast is way up. He has this like filter setting like set into his editing program to where he sets it to like most of his big budget movies. And that's what got kind of transferred to the TMNT series. So that's why I think why people make the similarities is because the editing style is the same.
I would have to, yeah, now that you mention it, yeah.
Turtles Out of the Shadows has been panned by critics and has received mixed reviews from audiences nationwide. Do you expect a third installment to be released a few years from now?
Yeah. I think that it made enough money that they're going to definitely be like, oh, what's that? The world wants some more turtles. Here, take them all.
Well, I watched the box office results for both the first one and the second one. The first one opened to, I believe, around like 35, 40 million opening weekend, and the second one like had like half of that.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they make a third one, I think they're gonna lower the budget or keep the budget the same and try and like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure like at the end of this one they have some sort of tease at the end. We're like, oh, we're gonna bring in this like obscure character.
Oh, well, actually what happens is there is no post-credit scene. If you're out there and you're gonna watch it on DVD, don't wait through the credits, but in the end it's like, oh, look, Krang is getting away, and then like one of his last line of dialogue is like, I'll be back, turtles, 1,000 times more powerful.
Spoilers.
Hey, oh, yeah, spoilers.
So, how do you think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys have been selling?
I think they've probably been selling pretty well. I mean, being someone that's seen like almost all this movie, I mean, I'm not gonna pause it when I go to the bathroom, but being someone that's seen almost all this movie, there's definitely a lot of parts where it feels like they created an entire scene around the idea of selling a toy. Like, there's this chase scene kind of early in the movie where the turtles are pursuing Shredder, and they're in like this dump truck that fires manhole covers out of the front, and I'm like, oh, what do you look? It's it's a car. When you press a button on the top, it shoots out little discs. Magnificent. I wonder what other wonderful toys can be created.
Yeah, like, yeah, they definitely did introduce a lot of toy ideas, like the rhino and the pig, the car, Krang, like all these different toy ideas. I'm sure toys are probably selling pretty well.
Yeah, I'm sure they also have like Krang out of suit and Krang in suit. I'm sure they're probably gonna have like his giant Transformium build it yourself like spaceship thing that he has. Oh yeah, there's one other scene where Michelangelo is like on what's essentially like a floating rocket hoverboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a skateboard, and he's like, "Whoa, cowabunga," or whatever, right? And I was like, "Oh, it's another toy." Yeah, I don't know. I think that probably they're making enough money off the toys to make another movie. Like going back to the last talking point. I mean, goodness knows, a lot of movies done that. Like I think it was George Lucas that said, you can't make very much money off dead Han Solo action figures. I think that probably going to feel something similar to that happening here.
That's all the time we have for today. This has been Real Talk. You can find me on Twitter at Cassie Tambro.
I've been Camrin Meyer. If you have any questions or comments about the show, even if you'd maybe like to make a guest appearance on the show, then shout out to me at Camrin Meyer on Twitter. Thanks for watching.
And I'm Sean Bennett. You can find me on YouTube and Twitter just at Super Sean Films.
It's time to go.
And make sure to tune in next time.
Bye.
Farewell, my friends. Thank you for tuning in.